And Dibendu Mondal, DD India's correspondent, is tracking the parliament updates for us. Dibendu, what more can you tell us about the opposition's protest and their demand for a special discussion on the voter list revision in Bihar?
Well, Tanvi, to begin with, as we speak, the Lok Sabha had reconvened to meet at 2 p.m. this afternoon. But however, due to continuous protest in the Lok Sabha as well, which is the lower house of the Indian Parliament, the Parliament has now been adjourned once again. Now with the Rajya Sabha being adjourned earlier for till Monday, the Lok Sabha also now being adjourned following the continuous protest by the opposition in the well of the House. Now, Tanvi, this SIR issue has become like a deadlock in the parliamentary procedures and in the parliament proceedings over the last 2 weeks, because we have seen continuous demand from the opposition parties to hold a discussion on the SIR. But what the speaker says is this, that it is a sub judice matter. This matter is currently in the Supreme Court. The Election Commission is also a constitutional authority. So therefore, a matter which is sub judice cannot be debated on the floor of the House. So therefore, this deadlock seems to continue, with the opposition holding the House to ransom. In fact, both the houses to ransom, because they are not budging down despite repeated requests, both from the Speaker, the Deputy Chairman, as well as from the government. So therefore, we have, in fact, the Speaker had also been saying that precious time of the House, in fact, of both the houses, of the Rajya Sabha as well as the Lok Sabha, is being wasted because of this continuous disruption from the opposition parties. But it is unlikely that the opposition parties is going to budge down. And what strategy government takes in terms of making the House function normally over the next two more weeks, which is left for the Parliament to function. In fact, this monsoon session of Parliament to function will be interesting to see. From Monday, we are expected to see a new strategy of the government coming in place in order to hold important legislative businesses of the government. Remember, Tanvi, there are several important bills that the government is expected to bring in, which includes the Jan Vishwas bill and also the income tax amendment bill, which was with the JPC, has now been tabled. This bill is expected to be taken up for discussion in the lower house. So, these key bills which impact the common man is being held to ransom by the opposition parties. But it will be interesting to see over the next 2 weeks how the government and the opposition comes to a consensus on helping the parliament function smoothly. Tanvi.
Okay, Dibendu, lastly, what is the view of the parliamentarians about US President Donald Trump's imposition of 25% tariffs on India? Was the opposition satisfied with Piyush Goyal, India's Commerce Minister's reply yesterday?
Well, Tanvi, we have been speaking to multiple, parliamentarians, both from the ruling as well as the opposition parties, and many opposition MPs have come on record to say that, the imposition of such high tariff on India, which is a growing economy, is unfair. And Trump has been changing his position every couple of days. So therefore, there seems to be a sense of a consensus from between. Of course, the government will criticize at the government. In fact, Piyush Goyal's response has been very measured yesterday, saying that whatever decision that the government will take in national interest, and all the departments as well as other bodies associated with trade and industry in India is evaluating the implication of that tariff order by US President Donald Trump. But what is interesting, Tanvi, apart from a couple of others, there have been a similar consensus that has been coming in from the opposition parties, which says that this is an unfair, a one-sided, when India was already on a negotiating table on this. So it was a one-sided tariff that was slapped on India, and it will be interesting to see the response that the government of India comes with. But, having said this, yesterday Piyush Goyal did clarify on the floor of the House that whatever decision that the government takes will be in national interest and will protect the interests of all the workers, farmers, MSME industries, and the pharma industries.
Okay, thank you very much, Dibendu. Dibendu Mondal tracking the India's monsoon session of Parliament.